John Barilaro, thank you so much for your time.
G'day, Chris. How are you?
I'm very, very well. A 6-week campaign. What does that mean, do you think, for the result of this election, or at least how close the sides will get?
Yeah, it's going to be a gruelling campaign. 6 weeks is a long time to be in the field, and Scott Morrison is backing his campaign skills over Albo, and I think rightly so, because it's going to be, if there's going to be a change to what we've seen consistently in the polling, which is favouring Labor, it's going to happen in this campaign. And I think Scott Morrison's view is if he campaigns hard and as skillfully as he has in the past, he may be able to trip Albo up. Albo, in my view, will play small target, as the Labor Party has done so far. They learned a lesson from the last election, but that can also trip them up. And when you don't want to talk about the most important issues, the critical and crucial issues in an election, because you don't really want to be a commentator, and you've been able to get away with that to this point, you won't during an election campaign. So there's still a lot to see in this campaign, and I'm not writing ScoMo off yet.
Yeah, if you just look at the two presentations today, there was a major difference. You had the Prime Minister talking numbers, talking figures, talking economic numbers that are very, very worth enunciating. But on the other side, you've got Anthony Albanese speaking in terms of platitudes and truisms about what he can do for Australia. There's a big difference in the way they can present, isn't there?
Oh, look, definitely, Chris, and that's that small target approach. Don't get caught up in the minutiae of the numbers, the detail of policy. It's tripped up many a candidate in the past, from John Hewson in the GST original election, and we've seen it happen over and over again, and Bill Shorten last time. So there's lessons there for the Labor Party. They'll stay quiet on a lot of things, but that is also a risk. And for that, people will start questioning those issues that they had raised last time. And if ScoMo's clever and the Liberal Party are clever, they'll focus on making sure they actually talk about the tough stuff, about the economy, about recovery from COVID, about the issues with Ukraine, borders, even China. And I tell you what, I think Albo will feel very, very uncomfortable in that space. And this is where I think Scott Morrison will play the game. And Scott came out today, and I think the Prime Minister came out very confident today. He seems to be confident in his ability to campaign, and I think that's fueling that confidence. But it's going to be a massive mountain to climb for the Prime Minister. The polls have him way behind. It'll come down to seats, and I think New South Wales will be at the heart of it.
The truth is, John, there's a palpable dislike for the Prime Minister out there. How does the coalition avoid voters making a decision on that dislike alone?
Yeah, well, Chris, often in the past we've seen the presidential style campaign, and it's about the two leaders, the Prime Minister and the opposition leader. But the reality here, I think, in this election, it will come down to seats like, for instance, Gilmore, where someone like Andrew Constance, who's a high-profile candidate, will be absolutely campaigning on the issues on the ground, being bushfire recovery, flood recovery, COVID recovery, and make it more about those local issues. And it is one of those, because for Albo, in a way, because he's playing small target, he doesn't want to be out and about as much as he thinks or needs to. And for Scott Morrison, well, we've seen in the past, John Howard has not always been a popular leader. He was actually not the preferred Prime Minister in many polls, but went on to win elections because they know how the campaign strategy was about seats. And for me, I think here in New South Wales, those seats is going to make the difference of this election.